Good morning students. As you know everyone, my name is Shravan Kumar. I am going to teach you class 7 subject math, second chapter fractions, comma, decimals and rational numbers. We completed up to exercise 5 second bit. Now I am going to explain you third bit. In third bit I would like to explain the second problem. What is the third bit? The question: express 45 millimeters in centimeters, comma, meters and kilometers. So right. So see, before going to do the problem, you have one box is there that you need to concentrate on it. What is that? 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeters. So 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters. Then 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meters. Then 1 kg is equals to 1000 grams. Right? So based on that, we are going to do the problem. What is the first question? Express 45 millimeters in the 45 millimeters. 45 millimeters you need to express as centimeter. 1 millimeter is equals to how many centimeters? 1 millimeter is equals to 1 by 10 centimeter. Is it clear? So now, how can you write this one? Already clear. 45 into 1 millimeter you can write. So 45 into 1 millimeter, 45 millimeter. Then 45 into 1 millimeter you can write it as a 1 by 10 centimeters. So 45 on the 45 by 10 centimeter. Therefore, you can write it as a 4.5 centimeters. You change your millimeters into centimeters. Now centimeters into meters. 4.5 centimeters. You are going to change into meters. So 1 centimeter is equals to, here you need to write 1 centimeter is equals to 1 by 100 meters. Keep in your mind that all. So this 4.5 into 1 centimeters you can write. So 4.5 into 1 centimeter is equals to 1 by 100 meters. Right? 1 by 100 meters. So now you can write this is 4.5 by 100 meters. So how can you write this one? So first let me write here 4.5 by 100. You can write it as a, let me write 5, 4, 0, 0.0 you can write. So 0.045 meters. So 4.5 centimeters will be 0.045 meters. Now 0.045 meters you are going to change into kilometers now. Right? So here 0.045 meters you are going to change into kilometers. So 1 meter is equals to 1 by 1000 kilometers. See, I am writing it. 1 meter is equals to 1 by 1000 kilometers. So, because now what you can write 0.045 into 1 meter. So 0.045 into 1 meter you can write it as a 1 by 1000 kilometers. So 0.045 by 1000 kilometers, right? So how can you write that all now? Let me write 5, 4, 0, 0, 0.0. Once you See carefully. Sir, your 0.0 kilometers. 0.00045 kilometers. So once you concentrate on it clearly, fourth, express the following in kilograms. See here, total first one I would like to explain you, 190 grams. This is I would like to explain you. Then I would like to explain you second one. What the second one is? 44 kilograms, 80 grams. This total you need to make as a kilogram. 1 gram is equals to you need to change into kilograms. 1 gram is equals to 1/1000 kilograms. So we know that 1 gram is equals to 1/1000 kilograms, right? So 190 grams means how you write 190 into 1 gram. So 190 into 1/1000 kilograms. So right. So 190 by 1000 kilogram. This is get cancelled. So what you will write? 0.19 kilograms. Once you concentrate on it clearly. The next one is the second question. Already kgs. Second one. 44 kilograms, 80 grams. See, 44 kilograms plus 80 grams unit. It's simple. So 44 kilograms plus 80 by 1000 kilograms. So what you will write? 44 kilograms, 0 get cancelled, 0.08 kilograms. So if you add it, what you will get? 44.08 kilograms. Means addition is very important. 44.00 you can write. So 0.08. 100th place, 10th place should be considered. 8, 0.4. So these two are explained. Hard one will be the homework to do. Next bit I would like to explain you. What is that next bit is? Fifth bit. Write the following decimal numbers in a expanded form. You need to write in the expanded. Next fifth bit. Write the place value. Write the following. Continue. Following decimal numbers in expanded form. The first one, 55.5. In expanded form we need to write clearly. See that 50.5 is it? 55.5. You are all grown up children, right? So this first 5 is in tens place. 5 into 10 plus 5 into 1 plus this is a 10th place. So 5 into 1/10. So 5 tens are 50 plus 5 ones are 5, 5 ones are 5, 5 by 10. This is the expanded form of 55.5. Right? So I would like to explain you now third one. What's the third one? 303.03. So expanded form you need to write one. So 303.03. So 3 is there in a hundreds place. So 3 into 100 plus 0 into 10 plus 3 into 1 plus 0 into 1 by 10 plus 3 into 1 by 100th place. So 3 into 100, 300 plus 0 into 10, 0, 3 ones are 3, 0 into 1 by 10, 0, 3 into 1, 3 by 100. So you can write it as a 300 plus 3 plus 3 by 100. So this will be the expanded form of 303.03. So the next one I would like to explain you fifth problem. Fifth problem I would like to explain, otherwise fifth 1234.56. So have you read expanded form for this one? 1, 2, 3, 4.56, right? So this one is there in the thousands place. So 1 into 1000 plus 2 is on hundreds place. 2 into 100 plus 3 is on tens. So 3 into 10 plus 4 into 1 plus 5 is on 10th place. So 5 into 1 by 10th plus 6 is on 6 into 1 by 100. So now 1 into 1000, 1000 plus 2 into 100, 200 plus 3 into 10, 30 plus 4 ones are 4 plus 5 ones are 5, 5 by 10 plus 6 ones are 6 by 100. So this will be the expanded form. The next sixth bit. What is the sixth bit? Sixth bit. Write the place value of 3 in the following decimal numbers. The first one, 3.46. So what the question do you understand? Write the place value of 3. 3 is on tens place, is there, right or not? Ones place or tens place? So 3 is on ones place, is there, right? So you will write that answer is the place value of 3 is equals to 3 into 1. So 3. Ones place is there, right? Unit place. So next one I would like to explain you third one. What is the third one? 7.43. 7.43. See, this is the units. It's the tenth. It's the hundredth. So what do you write? The place value of the place value of 3 is equals to 3 into 1 by 100, nothing but 3 by 100. So 3 by 100 is the 7 is the point. Then I would like to explain you fourth one. What is the fourth one? 90.30. 90.30. Here is given 794.037. So in this we need to find out place value. So what you will write here is the place value of 3 is equals to, see, observe it, it is there in a 100th place. So 3 into 1 by 100 is equals to 3 by 100. So next is 7th question. What is the 7th question? See that 7th question. Aruna and Radha start their journey from different places, A and E. Aruna choose the path from capital A to capital B, then to C, while Radha choose the path from E to D, then to C. Find who travel more and by how much? This is the question is given, and beside of that is given the one diagram. So you concentrate on that solution. Here is given this is the diagram. C, E, D, C, B, A. Here is the 7 kilometers, 8.25 kilometers, 3.75 kilometers, 2.40 kilometers, 9.50 kilometers. See, Aruna and Radha started their journey from different places. A and Aruna choose the path. See, Aruna she started from here. Aruna walking. A to B. She from here to B, again B to C. This is the destination. Right? Again, what is the Radha? Radha started walking, choose the path from E and E to D, then E to D, and then this is also destination, same only. But who traveled more, we need to find out. Means addition you have to do. The distance traveled by Aruna. So addition you have to do. Means 9.0 kilometers and 9.50, 2.40, 9.11. So 11.90 kilometers she traveled. Then the distance traveled by Radha. So first E to D. So 8.25 kilometers. Then addition only, right? 3.75 kilometers. So 5 plus 5, 10, 1 carry. 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 7, 10, 1 carry. 1 plus 8, 9, 9 plus 12 kilometers. By seeing clearly who traveled more. So the Radha traveled more, right? Radha traveled more. So by how much Radha traveled more? We need to see. 100. Subtraction. Difference units. Difference. So what you will do? 12.0 kilometers. 11.9. So 0 take power of. Yeah, what you will get? 1 0 0. So right? So 10 kilometers. How much? 10 kilometers traveled more. So you concentrate on this problem, and this will be the homework is what? I given the homework to you, my dear students. What the homework is? Exercise. Homework is exercise 5. Third bit, first problem. Fourth bit, second problem. Fifth bit. Second problem. Third problem. Fourth problem. So try to do this all homework to you.
Good morning, children. Good morning, everybody. Okay, good morning, everybody. And today we are going to discuss about the fourth lesson. Okay, so we are going to discuss the fourth lesson, oceans and fishing. Oceans and the fishing. Okay, listen here now. Oceans and the fishing. Before that, we are going to discuss about the oceans. Ocean means what? Why they gave the oceans? The meaning of the ocean means it is very deep. You can't find the depth of the ocean. You can't find the depth of the ocean. That is called as ocean. Means you see, now today I'll tell you how many oceans are there. How many oceans are there? There are 5 oceans. The world, I told you in the previous class, the rivers and groundwater. And the globe is full, it is looking like a blue color. The globe is looking like a blue color. That means what? The earth surface is covered by the water. Means you see the earth surface, 71% of the earth is covered by the water. That, okay. But here we are going to discuss about the ocean. Why they gave the name of ocean? Ocean means it's a depth. It's a long depth. You can't find the depth. You can't find the depth. That's why we'll call as ocean. Now I'll tell you some books will be there. Holy books are there. Bible is there. Bhagavad Gita is there. Quran is there. That will tell us it is an ocean. Why means very big book, very big one, very big one to read that one. So here also the word ocean, they'll tell which is a very depth one. So now here oceans are telling means the ocean will be very depth. Nobody can find out the depth of the ocean, deep of the ocean. They will go inside, but near only, but center they will not go. If they go in the center, you will have in higher class about the sea floor. You will have higher class sea floor. In that you see, nobody will go to ocean deep. They can't find that one. That is about ocean. And now you see, we are having 5 oceans. And you know that in the previous class only, I told you the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, and Antarctic Ocean. Listen, oceans you see, oceans are 5. The Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Antarctic Ocean, Arctic Ocean. They are the 5 and they are interlinked. Totally it is only one, but they gave the names to that one, like that ocean. And now I am going to tell you our planet, they will call our planet Earth. Our Earth, now I am going to tell you, our Earth is called as water planet, planetary body. You see here, why they are calling our Earth they will call as water planet. Why they are calling a water planet means abundance of water is there. In our Earth, lot of water is there. 71% of the water is there. Listen, 71% of the water is there. Total you see our globe, that is total is covered by water, blue color. 71% of the water is there, and that is covered by the ocean water, and ocean will call as sea. We'll call as sea water, and that ocean water is saline. It is called as saline. It is called as saline means salt water. It is called as what? Saline means salt water. Ocean water is salt, and I'll tell you, ocean water is salt. Listen, I'll tell you one how the ocean water will be there. Ocean water is saline. What is called as saline? Saline means salt. Saline means what? Salt. The ocean water will be very salt. The ocean water will be very salt means you see one, I'll tell you, 1 glass of ocean water you take and boil it. If you boil that one glass of salt you will get. Means that much saltness it will be there. That much saltness will be there in the ocean. And what is the definition of ocean? You see, the huge salt water body. The huge salt water body is called as ocean, or the large part of the water body, or we can call a large part of the water body is called as ocean. Once again I am telling you, ocean, the huge salt water body, the huge salt water body is called as ocean. Means you know that 71% of the land, earth surface is covered by this ocean water that I am telling you. And another one you see here, you should know that the ocean water will be salt. Salt means saline. The water will be very salt, and that is called as saline. And next one you see here, now we are going to discuss now the surface. You see the ocean is a ocean, down of that ocean floor surface will be there, that is called as a bed. Bed means you see, now we'll tell as now ocean relief. What are the ocean relief? What is telling that? First of all, relief features means, you see, what are the relief features? You see, what are the relief features means, now you see ocean relief. First of all, relief features means what? Means mountains, plateaus, trenches and plains. You see here, one example I am telling you. What are the relief features? In the ocean, some relief features are there. What are that one? You see, the relief features are mountains, plateaus and plains. Why you are telling that? Why I am telling that in the ocean, you see, I tell you, ocean is a very here. The relief features. Relief features means mountains, plateaus, plains, and these are outside the land on the earth surface. But you see what I am telling you on the ocean floor. Ocean. Now you see, ocean means this is the ocean. Water is there, and this is the ocean. You see, it is called as ocean. It is called as ocean, and down the floor, ocean floor, it is called as, you see here, what is there? Here I tell you, down means floor, ocean bed will call here, ocean floor, what is there? You see here, and it is called as surface. You see here, it is called down of this one. Some mountains are there, and some plateaus are there, and trenches are there, like trenches, and like this, the water it is there. You see how. Means you see a ocean how much deep means I'll tell you. Mount Everest. Mount Everest, you cut it. Mount Everest is 8,848 meters height. Highest peak in the world. Highest peak means highest peak means highest one. The Mount Everest, that is 8,848 meters height one. You cut this one and bring this one and keep in this, it will go inside only. Means that much big, that much deep ocean is there. And that's why you see inside the floor, you see what is that, 3 to 6 kilometers inside will be there. What you see now, ocean 3 to 6 kilometers deep will be there, and ocean floor is called as ocean floor. Ocean bed will call. Means this is the water, and down of the ocean surface will be there. Down of the ocean surface will be there. We'll call as surface, or we'll call as floor, or we'll call as a bed. Ocean bed. So on the down of the ocean floor or down of the bed, what they are telling that mountains will be there. Mountains will be there, like this. Mountains will be there, like hills will be there, and the plateaus will be there, and trenches also. What some ditches will be there, like this. Trenches will be there. Down of the ocean, these are there, and these how it has formed. You see, I tell you, these all were formed by volcanoes. By volcanoes only these were formed in the ocean bed. That means if you think how much deep this ocean is there. So okay, just now, and one thing you see here, this ocean means, first of all you should know that ocean means, why they kept the meaning. The ocean meaning is deep. You can't find the depth of the ocean. And on the down of the ocean floor, down of the surface of the ocean, you will find hills, mountains, plateaus, and trenches. These are called as ocean relief. And relief features means, you know that you have studied first lesson. What are the relief features? Relief features means mountains, plateaus, and plains. So here also down of the ocean floor, water only, total is water. Down of the ocean floor, mountains, plateaus, and hills, plains also are there. Plain is there, plain land also is there in the ocean. That one, and it's called as floor. You see, it's called as floor. It's called as a floor, and that's why floor of ocean we can call as floor. Floor of the ocean or surface we can call as surface we can call. And mountains are there, plateaus are there, trenches are there. Trenches means like a hills only will be there. And I told you Mount Everest means you cut this Mount Everest and keep in this one, it will go inside Mount Everest. And the depth will be, how much depth will be there, ocean, the depth will be near about 3 kilometers will be there, and some area 6 kilometers down will be there. 6 kilometers down will be there. That is about that one. And you know that the ocean, where in our India, Bay of Bengal. You see, Bay of Bengal will call, we said Arabian Sea will call, and down of India, Indian Ocean will call, and this are ocean only, and will call as sea. You know that Indian Sea, we are having Bay of Bengal. What is a Bay of Bengal? Bay of Bengal is an ocean. Bay of Bengal is a sea, and Arabian Sea also ocean only, and Indian Ocean. These are all the sea. And but one thing you should know that the ocean water will never be still. Means it will not stop like this. You see, now if you go to Alisagar, Jankampet river, you see, if you go to Jankampet river, you go to Alisagar river, how the water will be there. Still it will be like that only. It will not move like this. The water will not move. But the ocean water, you see, ocean water will never be still like this. Every time it will do tides. High, low, water will jump like this. Near about 3 feet compulsory. The water from the sea level, 3 feet like this. Water will jump like this. Ocean water will jump like this. So it will rise and fall, rise and fall, rise and fall. Like that only it will do ocean. It will never stop. Why until? You should know the reason. Sir, why this river water will be like this only? Still the position, still means stop position. The river water will be like a stop position. But ocean water is not like that. Ocean water every time it will do like this. Why? Because I will tell you. Why? Because the earth is rotating in revolution around the sun. You see the earth is what the earth is doing. It is doing rotation and revolution around the sun. Rotation and revolution around the sun. Because of that, because of revolution, because of rotation, what is happening? The movement is passing to the ocean. So that's why the earth is moving. That's why from the down the ocean, what happens? The down water pushes up. So like that, what happens every time tides will come. And one will tell you, when the earth will stop moving, when the earth will stop the moving, then only the water will stop. But it is impossible. The earth will never stop rotation. If the earth is stopped with the rotation, the day and nights are not crossed and the seasons will not cross. So the earth duty, what is earth duty? It will rotate around the sun, it will revolve around the sun. So it is revolving around the sun. Because of that movement, the ocean water, why ocean water only? Because the ocean water will be very deep. The ocean water will be very deep inside the surface. So that's why the movement will be there. Down water will push us up, and because of movement, what happens? It will do tides. So you should keep in your mind, the ocean water will never be still, will stop every time it moves like this. That is the ocean water. And ocean water, I told you, what is that? You can see the ocean. If you want to go Visakhapatnam, you can see the Visakhapatnam, that Bay of Bengal you can see. And you can go to Mumbai. Mumbai also you can go and see the sea. Here rivers are not that one. Ocean is different. If you go to Visakhapatnam, you can find the ocean there. And if you go to Mumbai, you can find the coastal area, ocean there. Why? Because the ocean water every time will do like this. 3 feet, 4 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet like that it jumps. That is about that one. And next one you see, I am going to tell you about the ocean. Oceans are of 3 kinds. Oceans are of 3 kinds. What is that? You see here, waves, currents and tides. You see, there are 3 kinds. Water oceans are of 3 kinds, that are waves, tides and also currents. And what are the waves? What are these waves you see? Waves means what? We tell Telugu alalu. And you see we tell us alalu. Waves are nothing but on the ocean. Ocean, now only I told you. The ocean water will be like this. Now you see, ocean water will be like this. But what happens? The water will jump like this. These are called waves. This water is called waves. Rise and fall, rise and fall. The water will rise and the water will fall. Rise and fall, rise and fall. The rise and fall is called as the crust and the trough. Crust and the trough. Rise and fall is called as waves. You see, these are called as waves. So these waves will happen only in the ocean only. Why? Because the earth movement is happening there. So that's why this water is moving. You see, waves. Waves means we tell that it will rise and fall. Rise and fall. The water will rise and fall. That is about this one. And next we see rise and fall is called as the waves. And the currents. What are the currents? It's called as streams. Flowing. Stream is nothing but flowing. The flow. Flow means what is happening here. Warm currents from the equatorial region. Now you see, I tell you, warm currents from the equatorial region. What is that means? You see here, what is currents? Currents means you see here in the equatorial region. You see in the equator, the ocean water will be warm. The ocean warm will be there. And you see here the ocean water will be warm. Here also warm. So what is happening? There is warm water will go this side. And you see the warm water is going to the polar region. And here this is called as poles. And here also poles. Means you see, and here these poles, what happened? What will be there? Cool will be there. and cold winds will come like this. Cold winds are coming this side and cold winds are coming to the equator. What is that means? Ocean currents means what means? Here hot will be there. In the equator there is a hot and warm will be there. So what happens? The ocean water, because of waves, this warm water in the form of waves, it is going warm in the form of waves. It is going to the polar region. The warm water is moving to the cooler area, and from the cooler area here cool will be there. The cold warm. Cold currents are coming here. You see, these are warm currents are going to the polar areas. Listen properly. Warm currents are going to the polar region. This poles is going, and from the polar region, what is coming? North pole and south pole. From the polar region, these cool currents are coming this side. Reverse it is there. You see what is happening? Keep in your mind. From here, warm is going this side. Warm is going to the cooler side, and the cooler is from the pole is coming to the equator. This is called as ocean currents. Moving the water from the warm to the cool, and from the cool to the warm it is coming and going. This one is called as currents. And how it is going? By the waves. It goes like this to that one and it comes like this to the down one. That is about the ocean currents. Ocean currents means again the rise and fall, but it moves that side and that is coming this side. That is about that one. And the last, and it is also called as prevailing winds. Prevailing winds is nothing but warm currents goes to the polar, and from the polar region cold currents come to the equatorial region. This is called as prevailing winds. And tides is what? Tides are nothing but we'll discuss about that one. Tides and same tides means same again. This only about this one coming and going. That is about tides, and you can see here. Here you can see this one going and coming. You see here what is there about the ocean floor. How the ocean floor is there? I'll show you. I'll explain you about the continental shelf and continental slope. I'll explain you about the trenches. You see, these are the hills and mountains. These are the hills and mountains are there, and the sea level you see, and the sea level. Okay, I will discuss about this one. Okay, tomorrow I'll start this one. Okay, thank you. I'll stop now. Thank you.
Very good morning, children. We are going to discuss the 5th chapter, heat and measurement, from 7th class science. Okay, children, in previous classes we discussed about what is called thermometer and what is the structure of thermometer and how the thermometer is working. Okay, so what is called thermometer? A shiny metal, mercury, which is present in the thermometer, which is made up of glass, okay, which contains small, long and narrow tube, that is called capillary tube. Okay, what is the use of thermometer? Thermometer is used to measure the temperature. Okay, thermometer is used to measure the temperature. Okay, what are the units of temperature? Degree Celsius. Okay, in the previous class already we discussed about how the thermometer is working to record the temperature, and we discussed about what is the structure of thermometer. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about how the thermometer is working. Okay, children, already we discussed about what liquids are expanding in heating process and contracting in cooling process. Okay, what happens here? The liquids are expands on heating process and contracts on cooling process. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the working principle of thermometer. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the working principle of thermometer. The working principle of thermometer. Children, already we discussed about thermometer, which is made up of glass, okay, present, that is called mercury. Okay, when actually the mercury which is available in the liquid state, but the mercury which is present in the thermometer, which is present in solid state. When the mercury metal is exposed to heat energy, it start melting. Okay, it start melting. Then it will show the reading of temperature, the value of temperature. Okay, so how the thermometer is working? First you take a thermometer, keep it on your palm. Okay, first you take a thermometer, keep it on your palm. Okay, wait for 2 minutes. Okay, after 2 minutes you observe the reading in the thermometer. Okay, after 2 minutes you observe the reading in thermometer. What you will observe? Actually, before starting this experiments, what is the value of thermometer? That is 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, before going to start this experiments, what is the temperature of the thermometer? That is 0 degrees centigrade. Okay, then take a thermometer, keep it on your palm and wait for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, after 2 to 3 minutes, what you will observe? The mercury level which is rising in the thermometer. Okay, the mercury level which is rising in the thermometer. So it indicates, means your body maintains some temperature. Okay, your body maintains some temperature. Due to this temperature, what happens? The mercury start melting and which is showing some reading in the thermometer. Okay, so like this the mercury and the thermometer is working. Okay, so children, if we are suffering from fever, generally we are going to hospitals. Okay, the doctors are keeping thermometer under our tongue. Okay, and they are waiting for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, after 3 minutes they are taking out thermometer from our mouth, means under the tongue, and they are seeing the temperature. Okay, so how the thermometer is working? First it is 0 degrees centigrade. Okay, first the thermometer always maintain 0 degrees centigrade. When the doctors are keeping the thermometer below of our tongue, then what happens? Our body maintains some normal temperature. Due to this temperature, what happens? The level of mercury which is rising in the thermometer. Okay, means the mercury start melting due to temperature or heat energy. Okay, so that's why in the medical and in the hospitals the doctors are using thermometer which is made up of glass. Okay, which is made up of glass. And what is the use of thermometer? By using this thermometer we can record the temperature. Okay, by using this thermometer we can record the temperature. What is the temperature? Okay, now next we are going to discuss about the next topic. The thermometer is how it is marking. Okay, how the thermometer is marking. Okay, first we are going to discuss about one activity to know about the working principle of thermometer. Very simple activity. First you take a vessel. Okay, first you take a vessel and you fill with ice cubes. Okay, first you take a vessel and you fill with ice cubes. What are the ice cubes? Okay, first you take a glass vessel and you fill with ice cubes. Now insert the thermometer. Now insert the thermometer in the vessel contain ice. Okay, this is what thermometer. You imagine. Okay, I am drawing roughly what I told today about thermometer. Okay, so take a thermometer, keep in the ice cubes. Okay, what happens? Is there any change in the level of mercury? No. Okay, there is any change in the level of mercury? No. Why? Because the ice very cool. It does not contain any temperature. Okay, what is the temperature of ice? We know that is 0 degree Celsius. Okay, that is 0 degree centigrade. Okay, so that's why if we keep the thermometer into the ice cubes, there is no change in the level of mercury. Okay, there is no change in the level of mercury. So from this, what you understand? What is the nature of the thermometer? The thermometer which will work only in the presence of temperature or heat energy. When the thermometer is exposed to heat energy, then mercury start melting and it will show a reading according to temperature. Okay, so here the thermometer does not shows any reading. Okay, because we kept in the ice cubes. Okay, later now we keep these ice cubes on the stove or burner, means give a heat energy, otherwise start boiling ice cubes in the vessel. Okay, start boiling ice cubes in the vessel. Then what happens here? The ice start melting and which is converted into a liquid. Okay, here what happens? The ice start melting and which is converted into a liquid. Okay, which is converted into a liquid. Then what happens? How the ice start melting and how the ice started converted into liquid. Then what happens? According to that, we can observe the level of rising mercury in the thermometer. Okay, so what is the melting point of the ice? Very, very important. What is the melting point? What is the melting point of the ice? What is that? 0 degree centigrade. Okay, what is the melting point of the ice? 0 degree centigrade. Means how much we are giving heat energy also. Then what happens? First it is ice means what? Very cool, you know. So it maintains some minus degree centigrade temperature. Okay, ice is very cool. So the ice cubes maintain some minus degree centigrade temperature. When we are giving heat energy to the ice, then what happens? At 0 degree centigrade only, the ice start melting and which is converted into a liquid. So that's why what is the melting point of the ice? 0 degree centigrade. Okay, 0 degree centigrade. Then what happened? You do this process continuously. Then what happened? Ice converted into liquid. Okay, at certain temperature the ice completely converted into liquid. Okay, then what happened? Again you start, again you continue this process heating. Okay, delta indicates what? Heating. Here delta indicates heating. Okay, so when we are heating ice, converted into liquid. When we are heating liquid, it's converted into what? Gas. Okay, the gas is nothing but what? Water vapor. Okay, the gas is nothing but water vapor. Okay, the liquid is converted into water vapor. Then the ice converted into liquid. Okay, liquid converted into water vapor. Here what happens? First the ice completely melting, which is converted into a liquid. Okay, and the liquid which will gain some temperature, and at certain point the liquid which is converted into vapor. Children, are you understand? At certain point the liquid start converted into vapor. Okay, at which point the liquid start boiling and which is converted into water vapor, that point is called boiling point. Okay, what is that? Boiling point. Very important. Again you will get this topic in 8th, 9th, 10th and your higher sections also. Okay, what is called boiling point? What called boiling point. Okay, at which temperature liquid stat converted into vapor. Okay, at which temperature liquid stat converted into vapor, that temperature is called boiling, and the process is called boiling. Okay, what is the boiling point of the liquid? What is the boiling point of the liquid? That is 100 degrees centigrade. Okay, what is that? That is 100 degrees centigrade. Children, now you understand, I think so. So, at which point I started, at which point ice converted into liquid. Okay, at which point ice converted into liquid, that is called melting point. The melting point of the ice is 0 degree centigrade. Okay, that is 0 degree centigrade. Next one, at which point the liquid start converted into vapor. Okay, at which temperature or at which point the liquid start converted into vapor, that is called boiling point. What is the boiling point of the water? That is 100 degree centigrade. Okay, so from this topic what you understand, if we are heating ice, it is converted into liquid. Okay, if we are heating liquid, it is converted into vapor. Okay, it is converted into vapor. Okay, and we knowing that what is called melting point and what is called boiling point. Okay, what is called melting point? At which temperature ice converted into liquid, that is called melting point. The melting point of the ice is 0 degree centigrade. Okay, at which temperature the water converted into vapor, the temperature is called boiling point. The boiling point of the liquid is 100 degree centigrade. Okay, 100 degree centigrade. This is about what? Working principle of thermometer. Okay, when the thermometer is exposed to heat energy, then the mercury start melting and which is flowing upward, and it shows a particular reading according to the temperature. According to the temperature. Okay, so from this what we understand, melting point of the ice is 0 degree centigrade. Boiling point of the water is 100 degree centigrade. If you want to draw a scale in between 0 degree centigrade to 100 degree centigrade, then you take 1 degree centigrade is equals to 10 millimeters. Okay, you take 1 degree centigrade is equals to 10 millimeters. Then you draw from 0 degree centigrade to 100 degree centigrade. Okay, 100 degree centigrade. Okay, next. So, what happens here? The thermometer is very essential to record the temperature. Children, do you know the scientist? Do you know the scientist Galileo? Okay. The scientist Galileo in the year 1953. Okay, children, do you know the scientist Galileo in the year 1953? He discovered the first thermometer. Okay, who discovered the thermometer? What is the scientist name? Galileo in the year 1953. Okay, so first he discovered the thermometer. Okay, he discovered first thermometer. He discovered first thermometer. Okay, so in this first thermometer, he did not take in a metal, mercury. Then how this thermometer is working? The Galileo taken air. Okay, instead of mercury. First he taken air. Okay, very important. Galileo discovered the first thermometer. Okay, so in the first thermometer he taken air. Okay, so when the air is exposed to heat energy, then what happens? happens? The air start expanding. Okay, the air start expanding and it show the reading according to the heat energy. Okay, it shows the reading according to the heat energy. But what happens? The air does not mention. The air does not record very high and low temperature. Okay, the air does not record the high and low temperature. That's why what happens nowadays, we are using mercury is a metal in the thermometer. Okay, now so this is about what today's class. What we discussed about working principle of thermometer and what is the boiling point of the liquid and what is the melting point of the liquid. Okay, and who discovered the first thermometer and then he taken what type of material in the thermometer. Okay, this is today's our class. Hope you understand this video. Okay, now homework. What is your homework today? Read about melting point. Read about melting point and boiling point. Read about melting point and boiling point of the ice and water. Okay, read about the melting and boiling point of the ice and water. Okay, this is today's homework. Okay, hope you understand this video. Thank you. Once you see the children, what is the melting point of the ice? 0 degree centigrade. What is the boiling point of the liquid? 100 degree centigrade. Okay, who discovered the first thermometer? Galileo in the year 1953. What he taken material in the first thermometer? That is air. Okay, that is what? Air. Understand?